Hello students, come on, we'll continue our topic of probability. So far we have completed 49 problems on calculating the probability. But now from 50th problem onwards, we have a new technique of calculating the probability that is called Bayes' theorem. In examination, frequently they will ask the theory question also regarding what is Bayes' theorem. And apart from that, in the coming problems, we are going to apply Bayes' theorem in finding out the probability. So before starting the problem, first we will discuss what is Bayes' theorem. So already if you have watched all my previous videos, you got a good command on the probability problems. I think it's not a panic now among the students that this probability is a tough chapter. After doing so many problems, if you have watched in sequence from 1, 2, 3, 4 parts like that, then you don't find this topic probability as a difficult chapter. It won't be a panic from right now onwards. So keep watching all the videos in rhythm 1, 2, 3, 4 like that. And before watching the video, I expect that students will have a hard copy, a printout of the problems from the link in my description. So go to the description. In the last line of the description, you'll find the link. Click the link and get a hard copy printout and keep it ready before watching the video. Then only you can be able to understand it properly. Okay, so now we'll start the new topic called Bayes' theorem. A mathematician, Thomas Bayes, he has developed a technique of converting the unconditional probability into conditional probability. It's a unique method of finding out the conditional probability. So before, using the additional information, with the probability which we calculate is called prior probability or unconditional probability. By using this unconditional probability and by using additional information, we convert this prior probability into revised probability. That revised probability is called posterior probability. यानी additional information आने से पहले बिफोर हैंड अनकंडीशनल जो प्रोबेबिलिटी रहती है उसको पोस्टीरियर प्रोबेबिलिटी कहते हैं. ये पोस्टीरियर प्रोबेबिलिटी मालूम करने के बाद सम एडिशनल इंफॉर्मेशन विल कंसीडर एंड बाय यूजिंग दैट एडिशनल कंसीडर वी चेंज द प्रायर प्रोबेबिलिटी. जो अनकंडीशनल प्रोबेबिलिटी था पहले उसको एडिशनल इंफॉर्मेशन को यूज करके उसको चेंज करेंगे, रिवाइज करेंगे. तो दिस बेस थ्योरम will revise the prior probability into posterior probability. So without using the information, we calculate the probability that is unconditional, that is prior. Now we use the additional information and convert it or revise it. The new probability which we calculate is called posterior probability. So simply Bayes' theorem is concerned only with converting the prior into posterior by using additional information. So here you can see it's a unique method of calculating conditional probability. So Thomas Bayes has given technique of how to calculate the conditional probability, unique method. Prior probability before revision are called prior. The probability before revision are called prior probability. अभी additional information use नहीं करे, कोई condition नहीं है, तो unconditional probability which we calculate is called prior probability. Then probability after considering sample information is called posterior probability, also called revised probability. Now we take additional information and after considering the sample information, the new probability is called posterior or revised. Thus a prior probability which is unconditional probability becomes a posterior probability which is a conditional by using Bayes' theorem. The contribution of Bayes' theorem is this only, that how to convert the prior into posterior by using additional information. So what is this theorem? What is the formula given by Bayes? Now we are going to discuss by taking the example. Bayes' theorem states the following. So he has given the theorem in this format. Let E1, E2, E3 up to En be n mutually exclusive and exhaustive events. Imagine kariye E1, E2, E3, E4 like that up to En are totally exhaustive, equally likely, mutually exclusive events. These are unconditional events. So n events hai. Let A be any event that can occur only if any one of the event E1, E2, E3 up to En occurs. एक नया event है A. This A event may happen only after occurrence of the events E1, E2, E3, E4 up to En. यानी पहले E1, E2, E3, E4 up to En happen होना, वो होने के बाद A event happen होगा. That means A event will be attached with every unconditional events. The unconditional events are E1, E2, E3. ये unconditional है. Additional information क्या है? A. तो A जो हो रहा है सबके साथ हो रहा है. A event is happening along with E1. Then A event is happening along with E2. Then A is happening along with E3. Like that, A is happening with every unconditional event. Right? Now let the probability of the events P of E1 and a probability of E1 event, P of E2, P of E3 up to Pn, P of En be known. Imagine करिए कि probability of all the unconditional events are given. These are all the unconditional events और इसकी probability हमको दे दिया. We are given the probability of all unconditional event. Then and the conditional probabilities are also given. What is the condition attached? The event A. The event A is occurring along with E1, E2, E3. हर एक के साथ A है. A is there along with E1. A is there along with E2. A is there along with E3. Like that, A is there up to En. So these are called conditional probabilities. So we are given the conditional probability P of A given A1. इसको कैसा रीड करेंगे? P of A given A1. यानी E1 happen हो गया. After occurrence of E1, A occurs. तो probability of A given E1. Similarly, probability of A given E2. Probability of A given E3. Like that, so on up to probability of A given En. ये पूरे conditional probability है. ये unconditional probability है. इसको prior probability कहते हैं और इसको conditional probability. Then the conditional probability that an event E1 has occurred given that A has occurred is. अब हमको मालूम करना है what is the probability of E1 given A. Given A यानी A हो गया तो E1 होने की probability क्या है? What is the probability of E1 given A? That we have to calculate. तो उसका formula P of EI. I stands for 1, 2, 3, 4 any number of events. तो P of I given A is equal to P of EI into P of A given EI. Joint product कहते हैं इसको. When you multiply unconditional probability with conditional probability, this P of E1 is unconditional. This is multiplied with conditional probability. What is it? Conditional probability P of A given EI. P of A given EI. इसको न्यूमरेटर में लेंगे joint probability और डिनोमिनेटर में summation. This symbol. So we have taken the example. Then the conditional probability that an event E1 has occurred given that event A has occurred. We have to find out what is the probability of P of E1 given A. That means P of E1 given A. We have to find out. So general formula is P of EI given A is equal to P of EI into P of P given A given EI. That means P probability of A given EI. This is a joint probability. When you multiply the unconditional probability with conditional probability, you get the joint probability. Joint probability we have taken in the numerator. Denominator summation. This is sum. So summation P of EI into P of A given EI. That means total. To understand you in clear terms, we will take an example. Suppose two events are there, E1, E2. Only two events. So let us understand the above theorem by taking just two examples, E1 and E2. Then P of E1 given A. P of E1 given A is equal to P of E1 into P of A given E1. ये P of E1 जो है ये prior probability है, unconditional probability. और P of A given EI, E1, this is the conditional probability. This is the conditional probability. So multiply P of E1 into P of A given E1 divided by probability of E1 into P of A given E1 plus probability of E2 into P of A given E2. So two events are there, E1 and E2. So we want to find out what is the probability of E1 given A. The joint probability divided by total of joint probability. Similarly, P of E2 given A. E2 given A is equal to P of E2 into P of A given E2. So P of E2 into P of A given E2. ये numerator, joint probability. Divided by sum of the joint probability, same total, same denominator. The denominator is same. P of E1 into P of A given E1. ये joint probability हो गया. Plus P of E2 into P of A given E2. The total of the joint probability. This is the formula of Bayes' theorem of calculating P or P of E1 given A. That's all. So this explanation is regarding the Bayes' theorem. Now we have to apply this Bayes' theorem in the problems. Now you see the 50, problem number 50. I'm reading out the problem 50. See the problem carefully. Two sets of candidates are competing for the position on the board of directors of a company. Understanding the problem is half solved. So coolly listen the problem, see the problem carefully, try to understand what are the contents given in the problem, then we can easily understand the solution. Two sets of candidates are competing for the position of board of directors of a company. तो board of directors को compete करने के लिए दो sets, दो groups, two sets of candidates are competing. The probability that the first and second set will win are 0.6 and 0.4 respectively. The probability that first set will win the directors, 0.6. The probability that the second set will win the directors, 0.4. So this is the prior probability. Probability that first set wins is 0.6. Probability that second set wins is 0.4. And always the total of the prior probability will be 1. So 0.6 plus 0.4 is equal to 1. Now, if the first set wins, the probability of introducing a new product is 0.8. Now, additional information. अगर पहला set win कर लिया, तो फिर पहला set win होने के बाद the probability of new product introduced will be 0.8. नया प्रोडक्ट कंपनी में लॉन्च करेंगे, इसकी प्रोबेबिलिटी 0.8 है. कब है 0.8? If the first set wins. Only if the first set wins, the probability of new product to be launched is 0.8. Similarly, and the corresponding probability of the second set win is 0.3. अगर second set win कर लिया directorship के लिए, then the probability of the new product to be launched is 0.3. This is the conditional probability. And a new product जो है launch, the probability of new product to be launched depends on which set wins. Which set wins? अगर पहला set win कर लिया, तो probability of launching the new product is 0.8. If the second set wins, the probability of new product launched will be 0.3. तो ये 0.8 और 0.3 conditional probability है regarding the new product. Regarding the new product. And what is the probability that the new product will be introduced? So, पहला question, the first question is, what is the probability that the new product will be introduced? And given that a new product is introduced, what is the chance that the first set of candidates have won? अगर ये मालूम हो गया कि नया product launch हो गया, तो क्या probability है? What is the probability that the first set wins? First set wins. So two questions are given. Now first we present the data in some notational forms, in some symbols forms, so that it will be easily understandable. So let us denote A1 is equal to event that the first set wins. Two sets of directors are two sets of candidates are competing for directors of the company. कंपनी का डायरेक्टरशिप के लिए दो सेट्स कंपीट कर रहे हैं, फर्स्ट सेट सेकंड सेट. मैं डिनोट कर रहा हूं A1 इवेंट दैट द फर्स्ट सेट विंस, E2 event that the second set wins, and B event that the new product is launched. That the new product is launched. तो new product तो definitely launch हो रहा. फर्स्ट सेट भी अगर विन करे तो लॉन्च होगा, सेकंड सेट भी विन करे तो लॉन्च होगा, लेकिन प्रोबेबिलिटी ऑफ इंट्रोड्यूसिंग द न्यू प्रोडक्ट विल बी डिफरेंट. फर्स्ट सेट अगर विन करेगा तो 0.8 इज द प्रोबेबिलिटी दैट द न्यू प्रोडक्ट विल बी लॉन्च्ड. Second set, if it wins, the probability of new product to be launched is 0.3. Now, prior probabilities. P of A1. What is A1? event that first set wins. So what is the probability that first set wins? It is given in the problem 0.6. And P of A2, probability of second set. A2 stands for event that second set wins. The probability that the second set wins is 0.4. So these two are prior probabilities. Now conditional probability. P of B given A1, P of B given A2. B stands for event that the new product is launched. The probability that new product is launched given that first set wins. A1 क्या चीज है ये? First set wins. The probability of new product given that first set wins is equal to 0.8 given in the problem. Similarly, P of B given A2. Probability that the new product is launched given that second set wins. ये A2 का मतलब second set. The probability of new product given that second set launched, second set wins is 0.3. ये कंडीशन है. यानी न्यू प्रोडक्ट डिपेंड कर रहा कंडीशन के ऊपर. किसके कंडीशन के ऊपर? फर्स्ट सेट या सेकंड सेट. फर्स्ट सेट विन होगा नया प्रोडक्ट 0.8, सेकंड सेट विन होगा नया प्रोडक्ट 0.3. दिस इज प्रायर प्रोबेबिलिटी, दिस इज कंडीशन प्रोबेबिलिटी. नाउ जॉइंट प्रोबेबिलिटी. जॉइंट का मतलब है मल्टीप्लिकेशन, इनटू करना, मल्टीप्लाई करना. किसको मल्टीप्लाई करेंगे? प्रायर प्रोबेबिलिटी एंड कंडीशनल प्रोबेबिलिटी. Multiply the prior probability and conditional probability, you will get joint probability. Now see, P of A1, here it is P of A1, into P of B given A1, P of B given A1. So P of A1 into P of B given A1 is equal to, what is P of A1? 0.6. What is P of B given A1? 0.8. So 0.6 into 0.8, you will get 0.48. This 0.48 is called joint probability of first event. अब second event का P of A2 into P of B given A2. This is P of A2. This is P of B given A2. ये दोनों को multiply. 0.4 into 0.3. 0.4 into 0.3. 0.12. Now take the total of the joint probability. Joint probability का total 0.48 plus 0.12, 0.6. Now two questions are asked. The first question, what is the probability that the new product will be launched? What is the probability that the new product will be launched? This is nothing but the total of the joint probability. What is the total of the joint probability? 0.6. The probability that the new product is introduced is 0.6. First question completed. Second question, probability that the first set wins given that the new product was introduced, that is P of A1 given B. What is the probability that first set wins given that the new product is launched? Given that the new product is launched, that means P of A1 given B. P of, या B given A1 है, B given A1 है, लेकिन हमको जो मालूम करना है P of A1 given B. Probability that the first set wins given that the new product is launched. This is the new product. तो P of A1 given B. अब इसका फॉर्मूला क्या है? जॉइंट प्रोडक्ट डिवाइडेड बाय टोटल ऑफ जॉइंट प्रोडक्ट. तो इस P of A1 given B is equal to P of A1 into P of B given A1. ये जॉइंट प्रोडक्ट है. P of A1 into P of B given. यहां पर है P of A1 into P of B given A1 is 0.48. तो यहां पर 0.48 लेगा. डिनोमिनेटर में सम ऑफ द जॉइंट प्रोबेबिलिटी. सम ऑफ द जॉइंट प्रोबेबिलिटी, दोनों जॉइंट प्रोबेबिलिटी को ऐड कर लेंगे. P of A1 into P of B given A1 प्लस P of A2 into P of B given A2. तो ये दोनों को ऐड कर लिया तो आपको 0.48 आया और ये दोनों को मल्टीप्लाई कर लिया तो 0.2. तो टोटल ऑफ द जॉइंट प्रोबेबिलिटी 0.6. द टोटल ऑफ द जॉइंट प्रोबेबिलिटी इज 0.6. तो 0.48 डिवाइडेड बाय 0.6. अगर ये न्यूमरेटर और डिनोमिनेटर को मल्टीप्लाई बाय 100, यहां पर डायरेक्टली डिवाइड भी कर सकते हैं या नहीं तो और एक मेथड है. डिफरेंट मेथड्स आर देयर. पॉइंट के बाद हाउ मेनी डिजिट्स आर देयर? After decimal, 2 digits are there. So we multiply with 100. If you multiply 0.48 with 100, you will get 48. If you multiply denominator of 0.6 by 100 into 100, you will get 60. So multiplying the numerator and denominator by 100, because after decimal 2 digits are there. 2 digits are there. तो 48 by 60. अगर इसको सिंप्लीफाई करेंगे 2 2s are 4, 2 4s are 8, 230 times. और सिंप्लीफाई करेंगे 212 times, 215 times. अब this is divisible by 3. 3 4s are 12, 3 5s are 15, 4 by 5. So 4 by 5 is the probability that the first set wins given that the new product is launched. Probability that the first set wins given that the new product is launched. That's all. So this is the end of problem number 50, and this is the first problem on Bayes' theorem. Now we'll start the next problem, that is problem number 51. See the problem number 51. A company has 3 plants to manufacture 8,000 scooters in a month. So the company is manufacturing 8,000 scooters per month. So these 8,000 scooters are manufactured in 3 different plants. Plant 1, plant 2, plant 3. Out of the 8,000 scooters, plant 1, 2 and 3 manufacture 4,000, 3,000, 1,000 respectively. The total number of scooters manufactured 8,000. Out of 8,000, 4,000 are manufactured in first plant, 3,000 are manufactured in second plant, and 1,000 are manufactured in the third plant, respectively. At plant 1, 85 out of 100 scooters are rated of standard quality or better. Now there is additional information given. In the first plant, 85 out of 100. That means 85% of the scooters are better quality scooters, good scooters. Remaining are not better quality scooters. And only in plant 2, only 65 out of 100 are rated as standard quality. In first plant, 85 out of 100 are standard quality. In second plant, 65 out of 100 are better quality. And in plant 3, only 60 out of 100 are better quality scooters. The better quality scooters are there in the first plant, second plant as well as third plant. In the first plant, out of 100, 85 are better quality. In second plant, out of 100, 65 are better quality. And in third plant, out of 100, 60 are better quality scooters. What is the probability that the scooter selected at random came from plant 1, plant 2 or plant 3 if it is known that the scooter is of standard quality? अब ये पूरे scooters में से randomly एक scooter select करें. What is the probability that this scooter is coming from plant 1 given that it is a better quality scooter? एक scooter निकाले, वो better quality scooter निकल गया, तो ये क्या probability है कि ये better quality scooter plant 1 का आया हुआ है? Yeah, what is the probability that this better quality scooter coming from plant 2, and also what is the probability that this better quality scooter is coming from plant 3? Right? Now, we'll put the information given in the problem in the notational form. A1, A2, A3. A1, event that the scooter is produced by plant 1. A2, event that the scooter is produced by plant 2. A3 is the event that the scooter is produced by plant 3. And B is the event that the scooter is of better quality scooter. B stands for, B is the event that the scooter produced is a better quality scooter, standard quality scooter. Now we are given the probabilities. The total number of scooters produced are 8,000. Out of 8,000, 4,000 scooters are produced by plant 1. The probability that the scooter is produced by plant 1 is 4,000 by 8,000. पूरे 8,000 में से 4,000 स्कूटर प्लांट 1 के हैं, तो probability of A1, P of A1 is 4,000 by 8,000, 4 by 8. 4 by 8 is P of A1. P of A2, out of 8,000, 3,000 scooters are produced by plant 2. So 3,000 by 8,000, 3 by 8. Plant 3, out of 8,000, 1,000 scooters are produced by plant 3. So P of A3 is 1,000 by 8,000, 1 by 8. These 3 are called prior probabilities. Probability that the scooter is produced by plant 1, probability that the scooter is produced by plant 2, and probability that the scooter is produced by plant 3. Now conditional probability, better quality scooter. The better quality scooter produced by plant 1, P of B given A1. B stands for better quality scooter, standard quality scooter, given that it is produced by plant 1. तो प्लांट 1 में कितने बेटर क्वालिटी स्कूटर बन रहे हैं? 85 आउट ऑफ 100, तो 85 by 100. Similarly, better quality scooter produced by plant 2 is 65 by 100. Better quality scooter produced by plant 3 is 60 by 100. ये कंडीशनल प्रॉपर्टी, ये प्रायर प्रॉपर्टी हो गया, कंडीशनल प्रॉपर्टी. अब दोनों को मल्टीप्लाई करेंगे, प्रायर और कंडीशनल, तो विल गेट द जॉइंट प्रॉपर्टी. जॉइंट P of A1 into P of B given A1. So 4 by 8 into 85 by 100. You'll get 340 by 800. Similarly, P of A2 into P of B given A2. So 3 by 8 into 65. 3 by 8 is here, 65 by 100. So 195 by 800. P of A3 into P of B given A3. 1 by 8 into 60 by 100. 60 by 800. So here denominators are same. 800, 800, 800. So when we take the total, 340 by 800 plus 195 by 800 plus 60 by 800. ये तीनों को ऐड करेंगे तो डिनोमिनेटर 800 आ गया. अब न्यूमरेटर को ऐड कर लो 340 plus 195 plus 60 you'll get 595. तो total of the joint probability is 595 by 800. That's all. ये joint probability हो गया. Now we'll attempt the question. The first question, randomly a scooter is selected. What is the probability that this scooter is coming from plant 1 given that this scooter is a standard quality scooter? Given that this scooter is a standard quality scooter. The probability that a randomly selected scooter came from plant 1 given that it is a standard quality scooter, that is P of A1 given B. P हमको मालूम करना है what is the probability that it is coming from the first plant given that it is a better quality scooter. तो P of A1 given B का formula P of A1 into P of B given A1 divided by P of A1 into P of B given A1 plus P of A2 into P of B given A2 plus P of A3 into P of B given A3. Sum of the total probability, joint probabilities. The sum of the joint probabilities. So P of A1 into P of B given A1, 340 by 800. Whole divided by the total of the joint probability, 595 by 800. तो 340 by 800 divided by 595 by 800. तो इसको उल्टा अगर कर देंगे तो ये 595 by 800 जाके 800 by 595. Here there is division. अगर डिवीजन को मैं मल्टीप्लिकेशन कर दिया तो ये डिनोमिनेटर इनवर्स हो जाता. The denominator will become inverse. ये 595 by 800 800 by 595 हो जाता क्योंकि इनटू कर दिया. ये डिवाइड से इनटू कर दिया. तो 800 800 will get cancelled. तो 340 by 595. तो 340 by 595 अगर 5 से कैंसिल करें तो 5 6 is 30, 5 8 is 40, 5 1 is 5, 5 1 is 5, 5 9 is 40. 68 by 190. A randomly selected scooter coming from plant 1 given that it is a better quality scooter is 68 by 90. Exactly same way second. Probability that a randomly selected scooter came from plant 2 given that it is a standard quality scooter, that is P of A2 given B. P of A2 given B. So P of A2 into P of B given A2 divided by the total of the joint probability. Denominator will remain same. ये denominator पूरा same रहता, denominator change नहीं होता, खाली numerator is getting changed. So P of A2 into P of B given A2. How much is P of A2 into B? 195 by 800. So 195 by 800 divided by this figure. So divide by 595 by 800. Divided by 595 by 800. इसको अगर into कर दिया तो 800 by 595 same. तो 800 800 will get cancelled. 195 by 595. अब देखिए 5 से cancel होगा. 5 3 is 15, 5 9 is 45, 5 1 is 5, 19. 39 by 119 is the probability that the scooter is coming from plant 2. Similarly, plant 3. Probability that a randomly selected scooter comes from plant 3 given that it is a better quality scooter. So P of A3 given B. P of A3 given B. तो खाली numerator change होगा, denominator will remain same. तो numerator P of A3 into P of B given A3, right? Divided by denominator sum of the joint probabilities, sum of the joint probabilities. So here, what is P of A3 into B given A3? 60. So 60 by 800 into 800 by 595, 800 800 cancel, 60 by 595. 12 by 119. So 12 by 119 is the probability that the scooter comes from plant 3 given that it is a better quality scooter. ये posterior probabilities. That's it. This is the end of problem number 51. Now, see the 52. Problem number 52, you see. A factory has 2 machines and empirical evidence has established that machines 1 and 2 produce 30%, 70% of the output respectively. तो जितना production है, उसका 30% production is produced by first machine and 70% is produced by second machine. This 30% and 70%. These are the prior probability. The output produced by machine 1 is 30%, 0.3. The output produced by machine 2 is 70%, 0.7. It has also been established that 5% and 1% of the output produced by these machines respectively were defective. तो जितना प्रोडक्शन कर रहा है तो मशीन 1 में 5% are defective. 5% are defective, whereas in second machine 1% are defective. A defective item is drawn at random. What is the probability that defective item was produced by machine 1 or machine 2? Randomly one item was selected and it happens to be a defective item. What is the probability that this defective item comes from machine 1? And secondly, what is the probability that this defective item is coming from machine 2? That is the question. First, we put the information in symbolic forms, notational form. A1 is equal to event that it is produced. Event that the unit is produced by machine 1. A2 is the event that the unit is produced by machine 2. And B is the event that the item is defective. So A1, production by machine 1. A2, production by machine 2. B, event that the unit is a defective item. Now, prior properties. P of A1, P of A2. And how much units are produced by machine 1? 30% by machine 1, 70% by machine 2. 30.3, 70%. Conditional probability. What is the probability of defective item produced by machine 1? 5%. So P of B. B stands for defective item. The probability of defective item given that it is produced by machine 1, A1. A1 is machine 1. The P of B given A1 is 5%, 0.05. P of B given A2, defective item produced by machine 2 is 1%, 0.01. Now joint probability, multiply the prior and conditional probability. दोनों को multiply. P of A1 into P of B given A1, 0.3 into 0.05, 0.015. P of A2 into P of B given A2, 0.7 into 0.01, 0.007. Total of the joint probability is 0.022. Oh. Now we have presented the data in this format. Now we can attempt the question. First, probability that the item selected at random is produced by machine 1 given that it is a defective item. Probability that the item selected at random is produced by machine 1 given that it is a defective item. P of A1 given B. P of A1 given B. A1 का मतलब produced by first machine. B का मतलब defective. The probability that the item is produced by machine 1 given that it is a defective item. P of A1 given B is equal to numerator same. P of A1 into P of B given A1. ये joint probability है. Denominator में sum of the joint probability. P of A1 into P of B given A1 plus P of A2 into P of B given A2. So what is the joint probability? 0.015. Divide by total of joint probability 0.022. Divide कर दो 0.682. So 0.682 is the probability that the unit is produced by machine 1 given that it is defective. Second question. What is the probability that the selected item is produced by machine 2 given that it is a defective item? That is P of A2 given B. P of A2 given B. So numerator different हो जाएगा, denominator will remain same. So numerator P of A2 into P of B given A2 divided by the total of the joint probability. So what is P of A2 into P of B given A2? 0.007 divided by 0.022, 0.318. So this is the posterior probability. If you add up the posterior probability, you must get 1. Cross verify whether your answer is correct or not. If you add up 0.682 plus 0.318, you should get 1. Always, the total of the posterior probability must be equal to 1. That's it. So this is the end of problem number 52.